Hello, friends. Welcome back to another round of my sports predictions. Today is the 27th of June, so we'll cover basically the last round for this month of June. And as I always do, let's just review how I did in the last round. So, the first game was River Plate against Monterrey. I told you that we could see more than one goal, but yet it was another disappointing match. Completely boring, 0-0, a very boring tie, and a very boring game overall. Both of these two teams, especially River, they promise a lot more. So the next game was Salzburg Al Hilal. I told you that either Salzburg could win or tie. They actually tied 0-0. Again, one of those very boring games. The next game was also a complete disappointment from Botafogo. They had everything to win. They were the strongest team by far in the whole tournament, and they still managed to lose against Atletico Madrid, which is, in terms of performance in this Club World Cup, it's one of the worst teams. So, interesting. The next game was Mexico-Costa Rica, another very boring match. I at least expected for both of these two teams to score. But yeah, they got 0-0, another very boring tie. I mean, it's not really normal to see that many ties that just go 0-0. It's unnatural. And the final game was Real Oviedo against Mirandés. I told you Real Oviedo could win, and that's exactly what I did. But I also said that the easy pick will be for more than one goal, and that's what we got. So we got 2 out of 5, not a good round for me. This FIFA World Cup tournament is not really that interesting, and many of these games are very boring. Unnatural ties. Let's just hope it finishes as soon as possible. So, the next round we got the first game we got the US against Costa Rica. I believe Costa Rica can win this game. The US is not really playing that good, so if we try to measure this, if we try to, let's just go to the stats. So we'll see that the favorite by far is the US. Costa Rica has a very potential turnout, so very big payout if Costa Rica wins. So if you can see the overall performance, it's just more in favor towards Costa Rica. They have won basically all of their games in the last 5 games. The US has lost against Switzerland. They lost also against Turkey. And they have only won barely against Haiti and Saudi Arabia. So they are not in the best shape. I will not be surprised if Costa Rica wins. And like I said, it's a very big payout. So it's going to be interesting. So the next game we got Flamengo against Bayern Munich from the Club Cup. So we got more than one goal. It's going to be kind of hard to actually tell who is going to win. Technically, my stats show me that Flamengo could win, but at the same time, I'm not so sure about this team. So let's go to the stats, and you can see right now that the favorite by far is Bayern Munich. They have they are kind of equal in terms of performance. Slightly better for Flamengo. They are undefeated in the last 5 games. And Bayern Munich lost against Benfica from Portugal. So it's not a really good team. So it's going to be interesting what happens. Another easy pick will go for more than one goal. That's exactly what I go for this game. So the next game is going to be Palmeiras Botafogo. And I believe Palmeiras can either win or tie. I believe actually a draw is very, very strong, very likely. So if we go to the stats, you can see right now that Palmeiras Botafogo from the Club Cup. So we got the 2 Brazilian teams facing against each other. And we got the favorite is Palmeiras. So the performance, in my opinion, is better for Botafogo. They only have 1 loss, very surprising loss against Atletico Madrid, like I just told you. And Palmeiras basically mostly just draws and wins against very, very weak teams, in my opinion. So I don't know. I really believe Palmeiras can tie the game. And by tie, I mean in regular time. Obviously, this game has to end with a clear winner. And if I were to say, I believe Palmeiras can win the game. Okay. So the next game that we have is Inter against Fluminense, and I believe it's going to be a very tough game. Also very hard to define. My stats show that Fluminense can win, but at the same time, there's a very strong possibility for Inter to do the upset. So if we go to this game, I go for more than one goal. I think it's the easy bet, the safest. And we can see that the favorite by far is Inter. All European teams are clear favorites in this match. And you can see the performance is slightly better for Fluminense just because they don't have any losses in the last 5 games. Whereas Inter lost against Paris Saint-Germain, which was the Euro champion, which I predicted. So very, very close, very, very good teams, both of these two. Now let's take a look at the last game. It's going to be Mexico, Saudi Arabia. So I believe it's a very easy win for Mexico, okay? Saudi Arabia is for some reason playing as a guest in the Gold Cup. This is the quarterfinals. I'm very surprised, but yeah, I see no chance at all for Saudi Arabia to win. Absolutely no chance. If they do win, it's an insane payout, but it's going to be highly, almost impossible, basically. So yeah, I really believe Mexico can win. Not only because it's a much stronger team than Saudi Arabia, because the performance also show this. Saudi Arabia lost against Australia, so they have only won against Haiti and Bahrain. So yeah, not that impressive. Yeah, I believe those are the 5 games that I have for you and the last games of June. So to the next weekend we'll cover this and bring you the first round of July. So having said that, guys, like, share and subscribe, follow me, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.